Today we unravel a Pokemon master.
Well, you gotta catch them all.
Welcome to Let's Nerd Together. So here we have FluxNet Games with us today. Let's get right into those interview questions. So, FluxNet Games, how old are you, and how long have you been doing YouTube?
I'm 26, just recently turned 26, and I've been doing YouTube for almost 4 months now.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Okay, next question. So you have a Pokemon channel, and you cover pretty much all things Pokemon, right? What are your feelings on Pokemon Go?
I tried Pokemon Go. It's a great concept. I mean, it's definitely one of the pretty much the first time that Nintendo actually let an outside company work on anything with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Nintendo is very protective of their brands, especially Pokemon. It's their cash cow. They always know it's going to be successful no matter what they do with it.
Right.
And they don't really let a lot of outside companies. So it was very shocking to let Niantic do a lot of the work. First off, I tried it, never really got into it, never really have a lot of time to walk around and do much like that between work and life. But I mean, for the people that do play it, I have a buddy that plays it quite a bit. I mean, it's fun, just got to be able to have the time to get out and do stuff. And living in a state where 4 to 5 months out of the year it's cold and snowy, kind of counterintuitive to going outside.
Yeah, that makes sense. Where are you from, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Wisconsin. I live in Wisconsin.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm from Oregon, so I mean, we get like 6 months of rain, but it's never super cold. So I guess there's a difference there.
There's a good stretches where it can be below 20, 15 for good stretches at a time. The last winter, I think we had a few days where it was negative like 5 with a wind chill of like negative 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I could not live in that, man. That is insane.
I hate it.
Come to Oregon.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can move to Washington one of these days.
Hey, that's pretty close. Hey, just as a side note, we just did the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and I think they have similar expos in Washington. So you could have a lot of fun if you came to the West Coast.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so next up, are you excited about the upcoming Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's the first time that Nintendo has put one of their games on not a handheld. Normally it's been on a handheld, but now it's actually on an actual console, so they'll have more graphical power and capabilities on that end.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they do it, because they are kind of going away from seems like they're kind of going away from the standard handheld model.
Right.
So it'll be very interesting to see with that.
Just as a side note there, are you sad to see the 3DS go? I mean, it's basically dying now that the Switch is out.
Yeah, it's actually is Nintendo stopping production of the 3DS? I haven't heard anything about that.
I haven't, but I haven't either, but I'm just speculation.
But yeah, with Switch being the first true hybrid console out there, where you can go from TV to handheld just by latching on controllers. That's kind of, Nintendo breaking the mold like they've tried before. This time it actually worked.
Yeah, it's definitely taking off. Okay, let's see here. What is your favorite Pokemon game so far?
I have to go all the way back and go back to Gen 2 with Silver.
Really?
With that line. Yeah, that's actually considered one of the best sets of the games ever made. It was the first set that had 2 regions in it. I believe as of now the only games that you could go to 2 different regions. You could go to the original region and the second region. So there was 16 badges, 16 gyms, 2 whole regions to code into one ROM, into one cartridge. So in Game Freak, they pulled off some magic right there on that one.
Right.
And it was the generation I started off with. So you always got to kind of respect what you start with.
Right. Yeah, I totally get that actually, because I mean I got to play on one of my friends' like Game Boy Pockets, like Pokemon Blue, I believe. But the first one that I owned was Gold, and then I later got Crystal. So I mean, yeah, I have great respect for Gen 2.
Oh yeah. I mean, Gen 3 is up there with it too. But I mean, after Gen 4, they kind of started doing some weird stuff with it.
Yeah.
So I kind of fell off with it.
Yeah. Okay. What are your top three Pokemon? Top three favorite Pokemon ever?
Start off Tyranitar. That guy can just be an absolute tank.
Okay.
I mean, you get that guy high enough level, you teach him the right moveset. I had him level 100 when I was playing Silver. I could defeat the entire Elite Four and the champion with him alone and never have to heal him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, next up would probably be Blaziken.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like Blaziken. And then Lugia.
Ooh.
Lugia just has a very clean design. Just everything about Lugia is just very nice.
That's awesome. Very good picks. Do you play any other genres of games? If so, what are your top three favorite games besides Pokemon?
Oh, I play all kinds of different games. I have 19 games on my Steam profile. I'll play Fortnite with buddies when we have time to play.
Mm.
But I play games like Oxygen Not Included. It's like a resource management colony type game.
Okay.
Kerbal Space Program is another one that I've dumped countless hours into.
Kerbal, yes.
Sadly, though, I can't play it right now. It recently updated to 1.5, and I'm waiting for a bunch of my mods to come up.
Ah, okay. Understandable.
I have never played a minute of it unmodded.
When you're not plugging away at YouTube, what is your day job? If you feel like sharing.
I work at a computer repair shop.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep.
I can relate to that. I'm an IT guy, so I get it.
Okay. I do way too much there.
Yeah. Do you have any YouTuber inspirations, and who would they be?
It's kind of gonna sound cliche and try it out, but I did watch a lot of Markiplier and Jacksepticeye.
Yeah.
But also Scott Manley played a lot. He does a lot of Kerbal Space Program.
Oh, okay.
He's an actual astronomer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he was also when he was also playing the game, he was also being educational and kind of teaching.
Yeah.
Kind of try and do that stuff early on before I switched to Pokemon.
Okay.
I try kind of being like that. Still try and crack jokes and stuff like that, but I don't try and be overly silly, kind of like how Jacksepticeye and Markiplier are.
Yeah.
They kind of get over the top. I try and be a little more reserved.
Right.
And,
Somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Do you know any Square Enix games? Are you familiar with any? And what would your favorite Square Enix game be, maybe? Just because I'm a huge fan of Square Enix.
I am familiar with Square Enix. I know they did like Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Weren't they the ones that were? Yeah, they're the ones that did Final Fantasy.
Yes, the Final Fantasy series.
I'll be honest, I've never really played many Square Enix games. I've just never really played a lot of their games.
Okay.
Never really got into Final Fantasy. I had Final Fantasy 7. I will be honest, I had Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Just was never able to get into it. Back then I was more of the Crash Bandicoot
Right.
type of guy.
And a lot of people were, and that's totally understandable. It took me a couple years. I wasn't actually introduced to it until a couple years after. My brother's wife had a PlayStation, and she would let me play it when I was visiting, so that kind of stuff, And I discovered Final Fantasy, and I'm like, man, this is the greatest story game ever. Like, I hadn't ever seen anything better.
Yeah, though in the PlayStation day, that's when I discovered Resident Evil with Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the remaster to come out pretty soon.
Oh, I know. That's going to be amazing.
Luckily, I inadvertently bought the right graphics card for my computer to play that.
Woo!
Because it needs a 1060 3 gig to run recommended, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that game better be beautiful.
Heavy requirements.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, it's been a really interesting interview, really fun. Thank you for joining me, FluxNet Games. I want to give a shout out to FluxNet. If you guys could just do him a favor, check out his channel. There'll be a link. There will be a link in the description for FluxNet Games. Thanks for joining us, man. It's been awesome.
All right, man. Yeah, right back at you, man. This was actually really fun.
Well, that was an awesome interview, guys. Please make sure to check out FluxNet Games on YouTube. That's FluxNet Games. There will be a link in the description down below. And thanks for joining us for the interview. Have a great day, guys.